The Jungle Book is Disney's newest live action movie, and before I start, there is one thing I have to admit. I have never seen the original Jungle Book animated movie. I know I'm going to get pitchforks and torches for that. Oh, it's an all-time classic. It might very well be, but I've never seen it, which I personally consider to be a good thing, because that meant I could go to this new Jungle Book movie and not be familiar with the story and the characters, so I could get a completely fresh experience, unlike everyone else who saw the original animated film. So I just wanted you guys to know that this is a review from somebody who was not familiar with the Jungle Book story or the characters before seeing this new Jungle Book film. That being said, what did I think of this new Jungle Book movie? I actually really enjoyed it. I must start off by talking about the thing that everyone's going to talk about in their videos, but I just can't help it because it's the most impressive aspect of the film, and that is the CGI and the visual effects. Oh my god, they were amazing. And I mean really amazing, because Jon Favreau, the director of this film, said that most of this film was shot on a soundstage in downtown Los Angeles, and I was just watching the film with that in mind, and I was like, how on earth did they pull this off? The environments of the jungle looked so crisp and real, like the grass, the trees, the rivers, the mountains, everything just looked really, really good. But it's not just the environments, most of the animals and wildlife were very well realised also. Some of the animals don't look as good. I mean, some of the birds that are flying between the trees, and there's a bit with a frog that's just ribbiting around the place, and they didn't look too good, but the rest of the animals, like the main character animals, they looked really great. But now let's shift focus to the characters in the story. I liked the story, and I really liked the characters. The kid who plays Mowgli I thought did a good job. He didn't really blow me away that much. I thought he could have delivered some of his lines a little bit better and showed a bit more emotion sometimes, but for the most part, like I said, I thought he did a good job. And since he's pretty much the only live action actor in this film, let's go over now to the voice acting. I really liked all the voice acting as well. Bill Murray was awesome as Baloo. I thought he was such a likeable character. He had really good dialogue. I liked the relationship between him and Mowgli. Bill Murray just has such a welcoming, warm voice, and I thought it fit the bear character really well. Idris Elba voices Shere Khan, the main villain of the film. I thought he was really intimidating, really menacing at times. Ben Kingsley as Bagheera. Ben Kingsley is really good at playing wise characters, and that's exactly what he does again with Bagheera. He did a really good job as well. Scarlett Johansson as the snake, whose name I can't remember, and Christopher Walken as King Louie. They did good jobs as well, but their characters are only in one scene each, so they don't really stand out as much. But Christopher Walken does sing in the movie, so there is that. So the voice acting in this film was top notch across the board. Now, like I said at the start, before this film I was not familiar with the Jungle Book story. I didn't even know what the story to the Jungle Book was. So as somebody who was first exposed to the story with this film, I thought the story was not like incredibly remarkable or anything like that, but it was still good. I like the journey that Mowgli goes on. He has to leave the wolves that he's known for his entire life, and he has to go find his humankind. And along the way he encounters certain aspects of the jungle, like Scarlett Johansson's snake in one scene, Christopher Walken's King Louie, and Bill Murray's Baloo. And of course, this being a Disney movie, you got to sprinkle in some adventure in there, and that made for a very fun movie with some exciting sequences, especially during the finale of this film. For some reason, during the finale, my heart was actually quite racing. I was really into the story, really into the characters, really into the situations that were developing. In terms of any negatives I have with this film, I will say the pacing was a little bit slow sometimes, especially in the first half. The first half, you're cutting back and forth between a few characters and a few different parties, and there were one or few times where I was sat there hoping it would move a little bit quicker. But apart from that, I had a surprisingly good time with the Jungle Book. I liked the characters, I liked the story, I thought it was fun and exciting in parts, and the CGI and visual effects were incredible. Some really well done stuff. Definitely the best CGI I've seen this year so far. If you like Disney movies, if you like adventure movies, go watch The Jungle Book. I can't exactly say if you like the Jungle Book story, go watch The Jungle Book, 'cause I don't know if it does the original Jungle Book story any justice. But I for one still had a fun time with it, and I'm going to give The Jungle Book 4 stars. So what did you think of this new Jungle Book movie, and what did you think of it compared to the other Jungle Book adaptations? Whatever your thoughts are, tell me in the comments below, and if you like this stuff, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.